Greetings, dear and beloved Libra. Your transformative 2025. A year of luck, reinvention. Get ready for a profound shift. 2025 marks the start of an incredibly fortunate period for your sign, driven by a rare beneficial alignment between Pluto and Uranus. This powerful influence, which begins to solidify this year and lasts until 2028, promises significant positive changes. These shifts will often unfold with surprising ease, as if by lucky chance, rather than through sheer personal effort. Embrace this new flow of fortunate circumstances. As 2025 begins, a major cycle involving partnership dynamics, both personal and professional, including close friendships, is drawing to a close. Your attention will now pivot towards restructuring your daily life and work environment. This shift will impact everything that influences your overall rhythm, style, and daily schedule. With the North Node, node of the future, in your 6th house of daily routines and well-being throughout the year, this period highlights improved well-being, increased productivity, and a boost to your financial standing. You'll be highly effective in tackling specific tasks and solving problems. The year will also bring noticeable improvements in your overall physical and energetic state. The key is to bet on yourself and your ability to influence outcomes and achieve great things, rather than solely relying on partners to solve problems for you. Personal life, relationships. If marriage is on your mind for 2025, the most auspicious dates are August 12th and October 14th, allowing for a few days before or after. These dates are especially potent for forming a union you'll be proud of. However, it's advisable to avoid tying the knot from the beginning of the year through mid-April 2025, as both Mars and then Venus will be in retrograde motion, which can complicate new beginnings. For those seeking a partner, this year holds a high probability of meeting a worthy, bright, charismatic, and successful individual with whom you'll share a deep connection and pride. If you're not actively looking for a relationship, a fated, unexpected, and truly transformative encounter, think Master and Margarita style, could surprise you in October 2025. With Pluto in your 5th house of feelings and emotions throughout the year, expect deep and serious transformations in your emotional states. You might find yourself falling out of love with someone you once passionately adored, or conversely, developing intense new feelings. Overall, you'll crave vibrant, powerful emotions and a storm of passions. It's important to note that this doesn't necessarily mean forming long-term commitments. It could manifest as a bright but short-lived romance, perhaps a vacation fling. For those in established relationships, you might perceive a certain coolness or detachment. This isn't because your feelings have faded, but rather because you'll be deeply engrossed in new and exciting personal interests, projects, creative or work-related, or self-development. You might simply lack the time and energy to dedicate sufficient attention to your partner. If a significant relationship recently ended, there might be an attempt to rekindle it from early March to mid-April 2025. Approach this thoughtfully and make weighed decisions. Be aware that the original reason for the separation might resurface quickly, requiring you to take off your rose-tinted glasses. March 2025 also inaugurates a new 4-year Venusian cycle focusing on partnership. This period will push you to define your ideal partner and relationship, understanding what you truly want and how to build interactions that are comfortable for both you and your partner. This is the time to set new goals related to self-realization through relationships, understanding the qualities you desire in a partner and how you wish to be treated. Self-development, personal achievements. 2025 promises to be highly productive, thanks to the North Node energizing your 6th house of daily routines and everyday activity. This position will give you an abundance of energy for tackling daily tasks. By the end of the year, as you reflect, you'll be astonished by how much you've achieved and how much order you've brought into your life. The key challenge will be to develop an ideal system for distributing your energy, as you might be prone to dedicating too much attention to work and daily tasks at the expense of self-care and rest. To maintain maximum effectiveness, create a schedule that ensures you have enough time for both work and personal rejuvenation. Meticulous planning is a crucial aspect for achieving maximum results this year. The more concrete your goals and plans are, the greater your success will be. Focus on clear daily, monthly, and yearly objectives. Saturn, the planet of karma and responsibility, has already passed through your 6th house, highlighting any existing problems related to your living conditions, daily routines, or work schedule. Now is the time to actively resolve and organize this sector, as you already know exactly how to structure your life. On this path of reorganization, you might encounter individuals who are accustomed to using you for their own convenience. Therefore, this year, you will need to learn to firmly say no when something doesn't suit you. Remember that 2026 will bring many bright changes and creative opportunities. Thus, 2025 is your time to build a solid foundation upon which you can boldly express yourself next year in creative ventures, work, and even love. Ride this wave of luck for your own benefit, rather than expending it on temporary relationships. Health, wellness. This year, you'll feel a significant boost in your overall energy and physical well-being. You'll have an abundance of plans and tasks, and genuinely feel like you don't have time to be sick, which will positively impact your energy levels. However, it's crucial not to forget about sufficient rest. You might become so engrossed in your activities that you overlook the need for periods of solitude and relaxation. It will be highly beneficial for you to dedicate time throughout the year to simply observing the world, practicing meditation, and finding moments of calm. Most importantly, ensure you get enough sleep. Your health sector is associated with the sign of Pisces, ruled by Neptune, the patron of dreams. Therefore, sleep quality and quantity are vital criteria for your good health. While early 2025 might bring feelings of fatigue and apathy, from March onwards, you'll feel your strength returning and becoming even more robust than before. You might also find yourself involved in caring for others' health, perhaps accompanying someone to a clinic or assisting in their treatment process. Another critical factor for your well-being is to avoid self-blame. Even if you've made mistakes or acted unwisely, concentrating on feelings of guilt can trigger a self-punishment program. Be mindful if you experience guilt towards a person, event, or yourself, and actively try to release it as quickly as possible. A simple, effective practice involves gently stroking your left shoulder with your right hand and honestly telling yourself, "I am good. Yes, I can make mistakes. I can act foolishly or hurt others or even myself. But at the same time, I am good, and I deserve happiness." This practice genuinely helps release self-punishment patterns. Work, career. This year holds tremendous career opportunities. For some, it will be a period of changing jobs, with new roles offering more interest and incorporating elements of creativity. If you're employed and not planning a switch, your company may expand, develop new directions, or enlarge its team. For those running their own businesses, there will be a strong drive towards expansion, potentially hiring assistants or broadening your company's influence. In June 2025, Jupiter, the planet of abundance and opportunity, enters your 10th house of career and status. This is a highly favorable transit that will last for a full year, elevating your position on the social and career ladder. It's a time of professional success, deserved rewards, and potential promotions. You might take on new responsibilities that you'll genuinely enjoy and be proud to perform, boosting your authority and popularity in your field. This period also encourages taking on unusual tasks with creative and innovative elements. You might gain influential friends who positively impact your professional standing. However, because this Jupiter transit will form a tense aspect to your sign, not everything will come effortlessly. While it brings growth, adapting to new responsibilities might be challenging, so consistency and patience are key to achieving your deserved rewards. A change in company leadership is also possible, bringing in a pleasant, optimistic, and charismatic new boss. Overall, you'll feel a strong desire to work. If you've been on a break, e.g., maternity leave, this year offers a fulfilling return to work, even if daily tasks increase. Home, family, real estate. 2025 is favorable for a relocation, specifically to a new country or distant region, rather than just a local move. While you might encounter legal or bureaucratic obstacles related to documents or settling in, these will eventually be resolved, albeit with some delays. You'll also feel a periodic desire for changing scenery and travel, leading to more trips than usual. However, be prepared for potential hurdles like passport or visa issues, or urgent work commitments that might temporarily impede your plans. Nevertheless, you will travel more than in previous years. Starting mid-June 2025, Jupiter's challenging aspect to your 4th house of home and family will inspire you to modify your living space, perhaps seeking a more prestigious residence or upgrading your interior with high-quality, valuable items rather than just trendy ones, e.g., investing in good quality, natural material furniture. This period also calls for more attention to your family, whether it's reuniting with distant relatives, caring for parents, or expanding your own household. If you plan to acquire real estate, it will be a source of great pride, either due to the property's quality or the sheer accomplishment of the purchase. If you've long planned to sell an investment property or an inherited one, this year offers a profitable opportunity. However, it's best to avoid purchasing investment property before mid-April 2025, as its return on investment might be very slow. Overall, you'll want to take pride in your possessions, your home, your family, and your children's successes. As mentioned, 2025 is a very favorable year for marriage, especially after mid-April, with August 12th and October 14th being prime dates. Finances. 2025 will be a highly productive year financially, bringing an increase in your income, particularly in the second half of the year, as Jupiter from your 10th house favorably aspects your personal finance sector. You might receive additional income through your job, your own business, or various deals, either for yourself or as a mediator. Your partner's income may also substantially increase, expanding your shared budget. However, it's crucial not to rely solely on your partner's earnings. This year presents significant opportunities for your own income generation and professional growth. Focus on earning your own money and expanding your financial capabilities through skill development or establishing your own business. Monthly highlights. January. The year begins with tense astrological aspects, Mars, Pluto opposition, continuing external global challenges. In your personal chart, this impacts your 5th and 11th houses, causing emotional imbalance and a strong desire for bright creative projects. Though you may feel something is missing, be wary of emotional outbursts, especially around January 3rd. A full moon in your 10th house brings clarity and culmination in career matters, leading to decisions about jobs, starting new ventures, or receiving status-defining documents. A new moon in your 5th house could bring news of pregnancy or birth, new hobbies, intense flirtation, and a desire for vibrant emotions. February. Mars remains retrograde until February 24th, making this a poor time for active new beginnings. Projects started now may develop slowly or yield unexpected results. This period favors returning to old projects, reconnecting with past colleagues or friends who might offer new work. A full moon in your 11th house brings clarity on your future vision and social realization, helping you evaluate past achievements and future plans. It might also involve significant discussions in your personal life or involvement with other children, nieces, nephews, friends' children. A new moon in your 6th house ushers in new ways of organizing your day, work schedules, or changes to your daily routines and habits, potentially including new eating patterns or starting exercise. March. A particularly emotional month due to Venus retrograde until April 13th and 2 eclipses. Avoid starting new ventures related to profit, beauty, or relationships during Venus retrograde. Instead, use this time to rekindle past connections. A lunar eclipse on March 14th in your 12th house emphasizes hidden feelings, secret hopes, and a need for inner peace and solitude to recharge. It might also bring key developments in secret relationships or migration plans. A solar eclipse on March 29th in your 7th house of partnerships impacts your relationships with key individuals, spouse, business partners, close friends, bringing significant changes driven by their plans, or forcing clarity and decisions on your joint future. March 23rd marks the start of a new, long-term Venusian cycle, indicating a period of defining your new relationship concepts, with results unfolding over the next 4 years. April. A stressful month globally as Neptune makes its first ingress into Aries, March 31st, felt in April, initiating major ideological shifts. Personally, Neptune in your 7th house means you might meet an ideal partner or learn to truly love your current one, but be cautious of people with dependencies or those who demand sacrifice without giving back. The final intense Mars-Pluto opposition, revisiting November 2024's themes, will bring passionate struggles related to self-realization, self-esteem, personal life, and creative projects. A full moon in your honest house, your sign, brings culmination and clarity in personal self-realization, potentially concluding a major personal project. A new moon in your 8th house focuses on shared finances, debt, and mutual settlements, potentially involving new payment documents, changes in your partner's income, or applying for loans, mortgages. May. A full moon in your 12th house brings clarity on your income and financial standing, possibly leading to a long-planned purchase or debt repayment, creating a sense of financial order. A new moon in your 9th house opens new strategic goals, initiating processes for travel documents, foreign studies, or new foreign connections. Mars in your 11th house makes you very active socially, attending events and networking. Saturn briefly enters your 7th house, offering a preview of a 3-year transit that will solidify and structure your partnerships, encouraging long-term commitments but requiring you to consider partners' opinions. June. A full moon in your 3rd house brings completion to current tasks like studies or home repairs, and may involve acquiring new mobile devices or vehicles. A new moon in your 10th house, amplified by Jupiter's arrival in this sector, signals new status, job promotions, salary increases, business expansion, and other achievements you'll be proud of, including possible marriage or family expansion, and moving to a more prestigious home. July. A full moon in your 4th house brings culmination in home and family matters. Moves, repairs, property documentation, family events, involvement with relatives. A new moon in your 11th house brings new social opportunities, online ventures, blogs, social media, and increased invitations to events and gatherings, possibly a new romantic interest. Uranus briefly enters your 9th house until November, returning long-term in 2026, opening doors for learning, career advancement, international opportunities, and a profound, possibly unsettling, shift in your worldview, ultimately benefiting you. August. A highly active and vibrant month with Mars in your sign, boosting your energy, luck, and willingness to take bold steps. It's a time for adventures, new impressions, and vivid personal life events. A full moon in your 5th house brings culmination in love, creativity, or children's lives. You'll feel that doors are open, the universe is on your side, and you're acting quickly. This is an excellent time for marriage, especially around Aug 12th. A new moon in your 12th house initiates themes of hidden feelings, travel, remote work, and a deeper dive into spiritual or sacred knowledge. September. A key period with 2 eclipses. A lunar eclipse on September 14th in your 6th house improves health, daily organization, and brings changes to work conditions, new job, colleagues, services. It might also involve a new pet or breaking unhealthy habits. A solar eclipse on September 21st in your 12th house brings an inner reset, insights, debt repayment, not necessarily financial, and a desire for quieter environments or retreats. This month also features two tense astrological aspects: Mars, square Pluto, struggle for your values, and Mars opposition, Saturn, Neptune tension, and misunderstanding in key partnerships, making it less ideal for marriage despite traditional September wedding wisdom. October, a lucky and empowering time. A full moon in your 7th house brings clarity and completion in partnerships, deals, and client work. A new moon in your sign on October 20th marks your personal new year, bringing new plans, energy, and a desire to act and conquer. October 14th is exceptionally fortunate due to a powerful Venus aspect, favoring new ventures, presentations, marriage, and fated encounters. November, financial matters are active. A full moon in your 8th house brings clarity on shared finances, debt repayment, government payments, or major investments. A new moon in your 12th house signals new personal income sources, potentially a new job or additional earning opportunities, and changes to your budget structure. Be prepared for unexpected financial twists, expenses, debt reminders, due to a Mars-Uranus tension. December, a month of new paths. A full moon in your 9th house brings culmination to travel plans, visa processes, or legal matters. A new moon in your 3rd house sparks new ideas, new ways of moving forward in life, literally and figuratively, and interest in new information or new tech transport purchases. Venus in your 3rd house promises pleasant meetings and engaging social interactions. A note on the black moon, Lilith, in 2025. From March to December 2025, the black moon, Lilith, will reside in your 12th house of personal income, self-worth, and values. Lilith introduces distortions, illusions, temptations, and seductions. In this sector, you might find it difficult to find the golden mean between greed and extravagance, or between accumulating resources and investing in self-development. This can manifest as an excessive attachment to material possessions, or conversely, a careless attitude towards your values. There could also be distortions in your broader human and spiritual values, leading you to prioritize things that aren't truly important. Be mindful of such distortions and periodically ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What truly makes me happy? If you feel guilt, use the practice of gently stroking your left shoulder with your right hand and affirm, I am good and I deserve happiness, to release self-punishment patterns. If this forecast was helpful to you, put a like and press the bell. Subscribe to the Zodiac Soul Insights channel and get a plus in karma from the universe. Share in the comments. Was this forecast helpful to you? And how much coincides with your events? See you in the next video. May the stars be on your side.